Morning, Sunday, May 11th, Mother's Day. Taking my third bike training ride for Ragbrai from our little campsite. We're taking off this morning. It's a little chilly, 51 degrees. So we're gonna hit the road. Hopefully I can build a sweat quickly this morning because this is chilly. Wind's going right through my clothing. I haven't been on the bike in like 4 days, I think. 5 days. And my butt hurts already. Can't imagine what I'm going to go through on Ragbrai day after day. It's going to be nuts. I'm going to be zipping under, back up, and then over this bridge right here. We were on the other side of this the last video, taking the ride along the flood wall. So here we go down. Here's where we went under the 16th Street Bridge on the last riding video right here. Oh, the sun feels so much better on this side of the river, out of the shadows. A little bit warmer. Came across these turkey vultures sitting out here along the river, probably looking for fish carcasses. Figured I'd stop videoing for Krista. She loves birds, even if they're gross ones like these. Out here looking for breakfast. So I just realized a little bit ago that I forgot to hit go on my speedometer this morning. So I'm turning around. I was near the dam, going back to the campground and gonna start over. Just gonna backtrack where I was. It don't matter. I'm not trying to get anywhere specific today, just trying to get miles, so I don't think it really matters. I just want to know how many I actually did. So I'm just going back, start over. All right, I'm back where I started this morning, back at the campground. It was 3.52 miles. So I gotta add 3.5 miles to the end of my day. All right, here we go again. There's a bunch of geese up here, baby geese. The parents didn't look too happy with me when I came by before, so let's see if they chase me. I hope they don't. Whole lot of baby geese. Nope, they know I'm not a threat. Awesome. Morning. Alright, we're about to go back under 16th Street Bridge again. So my original plan this morning was to ride up to Eagle Point Park again, but since I had to backtrack, I don't really feel like going back the same route. So I'm gonna follow the B branch and take the Heritage Trail out towards like Durango area. I don't know how far I'll go out on the Heritage Trail today, but I'll save Eagle Point Park till the end of the ride. Because when I do Ragbrai, hills are going to be everywhere, different times of the day. It might be at the end of the ride where I got to deal with hills. Oh, rabbit about ran into me. I think I startled a rabbit. It came running out of the grass, about ran into the backside of my bike. It is a beautiful morning, despite the chill. Getting more used to talking to the camera, but I still feel like an idiot riding around out here. It just feels like I'm talking to myself. And I'm sure to other people it looks like I'm talking to myself, so yeah. I have no idea who's gonna watch this crap, if anyone's interested in it or not, but I want to learn how to do it, so we're doing it. All the filming and editing. Say it's always good to learn new things, stimulating the mind. And exercise is always amazing too. Sometimes when I'm in it, I hate it, but I always feel good for doing it, and after I feel good, so it's all worth it to me. Morning. All right, we're back on the B branch. Ducks on the water. There's a rental property on the right here that I used to own. Well, Krista and I owned. And then up the road a ways, I used to live with my first wife and my son. This is a neighborhood I have some history with. So we're 13 miles in to our morning ride, riding a little over an hour, and I realized I need to get my carbs. So I'm gonna do that now because I haven't eaten anything for a couple of hours since I've been up this morning. So I'm gonna carb up and keep riding. All right, we're at the Heritage Trail. I'm gonna go to Durango today for sure. It looks like it's about 8 miles from here. So we're gonna head that way. And the road's now become more like a peat gravel. We'll see how my road bike tires do on this. The guy at the bike shop assured me they'd be just fine. It's pretty hard packed actually. It's small gravel, so it feels pretty good so far. Yeah, I'm gonna head for Durango. If I feel good at that point, maybe I'll go a little farther. I'll check the time, see where we're at. But yeah, that's where I'm headed now. This almost looks like concrete. It's so packed down. This is pretty awesome. I haven't been on this trail in years. Durango Depot is behind me over here. There's the trail heading out that direction. Currently debating if I'm going to turn around and go back or head to Twin Springs, which is another 5.4 miles. I just want to make sure that I get back in time to have breakfast with Krista. But I also want to get the miles in, so I'm going to head for Twin Springs. I think I might have to take my bike in to get a fitting. I've been having like shoulder pain issues. I have an old shoulder injury. I think maybe my handlebars are down a little low. And then my ass is killing me. I know you got to build up endurance, but like I put on chamois butter this morning too. And I think my seat must just be sitting in a weird position because that doesn't seem to be helping either for the chafing or whatever. So might have to contact the bike shop, get down there, get fitted, try to make this riding experience a little bit more comfortable. I'm enduring it, but can't imagine 7 days in a row doing 60 to 80 miles a day in this condition that I'm in right now, like with the setup. So I'm gonna get it looked at. Let's see, 18, so I'm like 21 and a half miles in to the ride this morning. So across the creek here, this is Sundown Mountain Resort. I'm not sure how well that comes across in the camera, but This is our area's idea of a mountain. It's just a big hill, but people come out here and ski. According to this little placard here, Sundown's been here since 1973, which is kind of cool because that's the year that Ragbrai started. So, and ironically, 73 is the year I was born, so almost 52 years this place has been around. Oh, it's loose gravel. Back at it. Stretching my legs a little bit. I made it to Twin Springs on the Heritage Trail. My little sister's house is only like 2 miles from here, a little over 2 miles from here. So I think I'm just gonna pedal on over there and visit if she's home. I don't know what they're doing. Being Mother's Day, they might have went somewhere. But if she's home, I'll stop, wish her a happy Mother's Day, say hello, and then turn around and head back towards Dubuque again. But yeah, I'm out here at Twin Springs area. You can see the sign in the background over there for the Twin Springs Farms. Feeling pretty good other than my butt hurting. So, had a nice little visit with my sister and her daughter, my niece. Yeah, got some water, a little bit of rest. Back on the trail. We are at 22.3 miles right now. It's a little after 10 o'clock in the morning. So we're gonna get after it, get back to town, get back to Krista, hang out for the rest of the day. Currently listening to Soulfly Radio on Pandora, jamming to Slayer. Actually at about 26 miles now. I forgot to add in the 3.5 miles that I missed this morning. So yeah, I'm at about 26 miles on the ride today. So this is officially the most that I've ridden during my training so far for Ragbrai. Oh, mouthful of gnats. Oh, gross. All right, I'm gonna stop talking so my mouth ain't open. Oh, it's Bigfoot. All right. This little area right here is pretty cool. I had to stop, turn around, and go back so I can film riding through here. There's like cliffs on each side of the trail. It's pretty neat to ride through something like this rather than just fields. The hill that's coming up is probably the steepest hill on this entire Heritage Trail, and it's not that long, so it's been a relatively easy flat ride, although I am feeling it. All right, let's zip up this hill quick. Shifted the wrong way there for a second. All right, across the road we go. Back to the flat. About back to the Durango Depot. This is a little bridge that you cross to get to there. I gotta say, I'm definitely feeling it now. We are 33.5 miles in for the day. I'm gonna take a little break here and head back to the campground. morning. Whew. I'm not gonna do Eagle Point Park today because I added an extra like essentially 16 miles onto the ride by going out to my sister's in Graff, so we're just gonna skip that. So I'm just over 33 miles into the ride today. Still got a bit to go back to the campground. I'm feeling it today, man. Just got off the bike and my legs are pretty stiff and sore. New level of pain that I haven't experienced, so I'm glad I'm doing this stuff. So I can't imagine just trying to jump into Ragbrai and not have any training at this stuff. So I'm just gonna take a little rest and get heading back. Like I was saying on the GoPro, I don't think I'm gonna try to do Eagle Point Park today because of the extra miles I put on going to visit my sister. It would just take more time, and I want to get back to Krista since it's Mother's Day, spend the rest of the day with her. Yeah, so I'm gonna get back after it in a bit here. See ya.
So Greg's out training for Ragbrai, and what do I do while he's out there? Breakfast burritos and reading my Kindle while lounging at the campground. Yeah, it's rough. Happy Mother's Day. Bye.
All right, we're back to the trailhead of Heritage Pond, Heritage Trail. What's that? Yes, I do, actually. All right, back on the trail. I just helped somebody with a flat tire get them back on the road. And it was a good experience because I have a little electric rechargeable air pump that I hadn't used before. So I got to use that and figure out how it worked. So I'm glad I stopped, because now I'll know what to do when I need to use the thing in the future. Back on the B branch. Morning. On your left. Back across the bridge again today for the third time. No, well, I guess I went across and came back, and then I crossed and back. So technically fourth time across it. Yeah, I'm pretty sure if I would have done Eagle Point Park today, I'd have been wrecked, because that's a pretty steep hill. I'm on the home stretch now, getting back to the campground shortly. Rolling back into camp. Got some Devil Driver playing on Soulfly radio right now. All right, made it back to camp. Feeling pretty rough. Need some rest. I need to get some actual food in me, not just a bunch of carb snacks that I've been eating this morning. And then my mileage, I got 39.81 on here. And then the 3.5 miles that I got in this morning, like about 43 miles essentially this morning. That's the most I've ridden in over a decade on this bike. So anyway, I'm gonna put things away, get some food, get a shower. Later.